What is going on, everybody? This is a crypto and stock market recap for Thursday, April 10th. I'm just going to go quickly over what I'm seeing and what my thoughts are. I'm not going to go through a lot of charts. I'm just going to go through the indices and basically you got to compare whatever I'm talking about to whatever stock. Like if whatever you're in, if it's worse than this and closer to the low, well, relatively it's weaker and you're more susceptible to a breakdown essentially. So what I was looking at this last, I was looking at this bearish bat pattern, and the characteristics of that is we have a high here, then we retrace less than 50% or less, and then straight back down to retest the high, and then we shoot up and we can either break this previous resistance, or we don't have to break it. But that is the characteristic of it. It forms kind of a bat shape, and then on the right run, basically you expect a very steep decline. And with this running, the reason that's why I was preaching this bearish bat pattern is because we ran 12.6% on the S&P, which is like trillions and trillions of dollars. But we ran this whole thing without establishing any support. This is a straight bounce. Like, this is just straight up, no supports. So that is why I said I've been kind of preaching this bearish bat pattern. But I've been looking at things, and we also have a bearish bat pattern on the 4 hour. So that was on the hourly time frame. This is on the 4 hour time frame. So we hit a bottom. We hit the 0.5, back down, held our bottom, then broke out, a straight breakout. So this is the exact same pattern, but on a 4 hour time frame. So it is possible that we retraced to the platinum zone at this point. It is possible that is our top, and we can go retest now we're going to see a powerful move to the downside. So just like what we saw on the 1 hour, how we're pulling back, we might see this on the actual 4 hour time frame as well, because it's just, this is how this pattern works. It's kind of makes you think that the bottom's in, and it's just kind of a quick W shape, and then right to either testing this low or breaking down to new lows. So I cannot say with any certainty that we are, and now we're seeing more downside after hours, and that's why I'm not comfortable as a bull here. I sold on this bounce, and I tried to play this bounce here, and I ended up selling that too because we didn't get a good close. If we had a good close, I was going to cut half and let half run, but we didn't get a good enough close, so I cut it for a small win. Wasn't really significant, but now we're looking at this as a potential here. So we've retraced enough on this run now. Now we hit the golden pocket that we would just be expecting a lower high on the way back up, and we still haven't bounced on the 4 hour yet. So that is the most important thing. So we got our 4 hour trend with a huge breakout, and now we're pulling back huge back to our original support here. So now we've retraced quite a bit so far, and we're not even bouncing yet. We haven't technically started a 4 hour bounce on ES SPY futures. So that is concerning. That's giving me red flags all over it, and caution for everybody. So NASDAQ, a little bit less retracement so far. So it's a little bit stronger. We have a potential inverse head and shoulders, as well, that we can set up, not any guarantee. I'm kind of leaning towards this bearish bat because of where we're coming from. There's so much momentum to the downside, and everyone's thinking that, the bottom must be in because we know tariffs, but maybe everyone's looking one way. The market humbles you with another way by going another way. And I've seen it happen countless times. I've seen this pattern countless times, and so this just has me cautious. That's all I have to say on that. I'll keep pounding the table on this. So the Dow, a little bit actually see where we've retraced from. So we've made it to just same thing, golden pocket. What would we retrace to on this? Yeah, hit the 0.5. So this is perfect pattern to play out. So this could be a bearish bear or a bearish bat as well. So caution on that. We're just, all we've done is cool off on the lower time frames. We're not oversold on any time frame at the moment. The weeklies even cooled off a bit, so we are not in a period of oversold conditions, and we can easily set up for a lower low. And if we do set up for a lower low on the S&P 500, I will be playing this. I'll probably, like, if we get down to these levels, I would probably play 481 support here, play off that, probably make an entry here, and then we're looking at this 457 level. I don't know why this moved, but 457 to low 450s, I would be interested there if we do get that extreme. If that is what happens, I would be a buyer here. Take another entry here, and if we get hit down to the 420s after that, and that would be obviously in the most extreme circumstance. Not saying that that's going to happen by any means. I'm just saying everyone's thinking it's that the low is in with what Trump's saying, but maybe you have to be cautious of what if it's not. So the Russell, small cap names, obviously taking the biggest hit out of this. Small caps, we did wick actually. That kind of, maybe we'll call that a one-off and that wick doesn't count. But yeah, for the rest of the pattern, we did make it to the point under the 0.5 and then made it to the golden pocket. Now we're consolidating hard, just like a bearish bat would. And I have my concerns. Just I've seen this all play out a lot of times. So caution that we are going to go test the lows or possibly make new lows. Semiconductors, SMH, same thing, made it to the 0.5. This one made it to the almost right to resistance here, and now we've pulled back quite a bit. But yeah, so semiconductors are the strongest. They saw the strongest bounce so far, and we will kind of look to them for the life support of the market, because they are the life support of the market and should be treated so. I'm just going to go to crypto. I haven't really looked at what crypto is doing today, so we're still bull flagging on Bitcoin dominance. Now the 8 moving average is catching up and the 12 moving average, so this is just a perfect bull flag. Textbook. Right under this resistance here, and Bitcoin dominance is still thriving, alive and well. Bitcoin itself, I'm just going to go over the first few names. So we're still seeing this trend line as resistance. It's a major resistance area. We closed underneath the 8 and 12 moving average. We have a 4-hour up. Actually, we just lost our 4-hour uptrend too. So caution on Bitcoin that maybe we will head back down to this lower trend line at this point. So I'm still viewing this as a falling wedge. We kind of got a bearish bat pattern here as well, technically. Like, actually, we did bounce enough on this. I don't know, maybe if you go from this point, but yeah, this is a straight shot up, and we didn't establish any more supports. Usually, you like stair steps. That's when sustained moves can happen, when they're just little stair steps. But when you make giant moves like this, like, let's see what this was. 10.8% on the way up. So 10.8% without making a support, and now we're bear flagging essentially on this hourly, bear flagging, and looking like it's trying to confirm now at this point. Ethereum, same thing but much weaker. We're already down to the golden pocket on the way back down, and we are just bear flagging on the hourly, looking to possibly confirm at this point. We're starting to cool down, so caution that we're going to revisit this low again and potentially head back to this lower trend line again. This is kind of, oh shoot, what am I looking at here? Oh, there's only one touch here. I don't know where this trend line came from, but should be essentially like this. Maybe that's an overshoot, but yeah, something. See if we don't get as big a follow throughs at this point, and still have this upper trend line. Definitely an upper trend line here that's definitely in play. XRP, small inside bar day. Oh, and yeah, that's, sorry, I forgot to mention. Yeah, it was an inside bar day, but it was also quite a bearish inside bar day as far as how we closed and how the day went. So bearish lean on the day for sure. Yeah, XRP still just, yeah, this is just we're trying to make as much of a move as possible towards this resistance so we can potentially set up an inverse head and shoulders, but we've got this resistance line from above here, which is definitely seems to be coming in play at this point. Yeah, so potentially if this is where we top out, then that's our right shoulder, and hopefully we can break above. Litecoin, just weaker, and yeah, hasn't made that much room for an inverse head and shoulders at this point. We got stopped right at the 8 moving average. So, and yeah, on both days here. So these moving averages, the 8 and 12, seem to be guiding us down. All right, that's all I'm going to go over for today, and I will update tomorrow. Potentially, I don't know, because I'm going on a trip tomorrow, or I'm traveling tomorrow, so I'm not 100% sure I will be available to make a video, but I will actually, I can do it during the weekend. So I will see you either tomorrow or sometime this weekend for the Friday's recap and kind of what we're looking at. And tomorrow is a big day. Like the way we close this this weekly candle is going to say a lot about what we're looking at the next week. So if we close at the low on the S&P 500, like if we end up just closing down here, then we're looking pretty bearish into next week too. A very bearish potential for next week. So if we close up here, then we can potentially start our weekly bounce and break the high of this week. And then we would just be looking at an inverse head and shoulders at this point. We would be looking at this resistance. That is the most important for the weekly. But yeah, tomorrow's going to be telling which way do we close. Okay, take care, and I will see you then. Bye.